we are back. It's been a long 2 months. The midweek Macca break is back. Not that anybody's going to be watching or anything, but um,
I'm watching.
yeah, I know. So am I. But listen, I've missed doing these shows. Um, you know, Last 2 months been kind of busy, and we did a little touring, and there's my co-host, my original co-host, Mr. Duke Viking.
Hello, Duke.
Here's Ali. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, there's Lynn. What's
Hey,
going
Lynn.
on? We've got we got Paul, who's just on Ethan Alexanian's latest episode.
Oh, nice.
Fans on the run.
Hey,
And
Paul.
then we got Joseph Martineo. Hello, everybody.
Hi, guys.
It's
Hey, everyone.
good to be back. Like I said, I miss doing these midweek Macca breaks, but that tour and then plus work, kind of uh, kept me busy.
Wait,
Because a lot of it,
you have to pay for the tour now.
yeah. Now we got to recover. The wallet is not smoking anymore. So we've calmed that down a little bit. But yeah, we were a little busy. Um, for a lot of these shows, it was like I worked the next morning, went to the airport, saw the show. Next morning, back to the airport, and then back to work. So
Like a
it
rock
was
star.
yeah, a couple of these shows were tough, and the one I'm most proud of going to was the one in Hamilton, which we will be discussing here in a few, because I had the pleasure of meeting up with this guy, Mr. Aaron Badgley, who I should also say just completed his new book, which is out now. Correct? It is Ringo Starr's solo career, right? You got to pay your dues, as the man once sang, or
He
still
did.
sings from time to time.
He did.
But Aaron, before we we'll jump into that in
Yeah.
a little bit. But I got to tell you, I had one of the best nights during this tour was, hanging with you and the
Oh,
missus.
thank you.
And yeah, and seeing that show in Hamilton, which, you know, we had a good, that when I got there and at your place and we were chatting, I got the message from Joan that she heard him strumming the acoustic guitar to Mulligan Tire, and then just a smile was just, not that I wasn't already smiling to be there, but it was just a magical moment to see Paul McCartney
Actually,
do.
can we be honest? There was a
Yeah.
smile, there was also a tear.
Yes,
I
absolutely.
Mom was getting emotional before the show. Just saying. I
Yes.
mean, I was too. I was too. I mean, Hamilton makes you emotional just if you walk through it. But I mean,
Yeah. We had a nice little dinner. We stopped into a record store, and then we made our way back to the what was it, arena, if you want to call it an arena.
yeah, I think so. Arena's good. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's the old Cops Coliseum, which has been
Yeah.
around forever. Now it's called the TD Coliseum. So
Yeah, which was celebrating its grand opening, I guess,
that's right.
and
That's right.
everybody that left the facility got a poster, um, you know,
Yeah.
just for momentum for the occasion, which was kind of cool. And I just got to tell you, that Hamilton crowd was one of the best crowds for the whole run of the tour that I got. The
Explosive.
seven shows, yeah, the seven shows. It was amazing.
Well, they were into it. I mean, people near me. I made some, and I actually met a couple of people that I met at the Chicago Fest who
Right.
literally were sitting beside us, which is really weird. But no, the crowd seemed good. I thought McCarty was in fine form, and you had great seats, better than mine.
Well, I kind of snuck down to the to the floor, and And yeah, and then I met up with a few people that I knew that were down below, and then just ended up staying down there and watching the rest of the show. It was
Can't blame
just,
you. Can't blame you.
yeah,
Can't
I
blame
know.
you.
Let me get to a couple of comments here. Hands across the border. Yes, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Joseph says I have to get to class in about 10 minutes, but we'll watch a full episode later. Okay,
Thanks, Joseph.
sounds good. Let's see. Lester spotted Alexanian appears to be rearing his head a bit more recently. Yes, well, he did come on with our recap of the tour.
Which I had to miss, unfortunately. I was invited. I had to miss because I was
Yes,
interviewing Coleman
you were.
Williams.
Yeah, yeah, which is cool.
Yeah, he was very cool.
Yep. Hello from sunny Scotland. Listen to this. Hey, Rory. How you doing, my friend? And then we got Mr. Broadstreet simply having a wonderful Wednesday stream. I like that. Yes, absolutely. Duke says can't wait to head to Canada for a couple of shows early next year.
Who are you seeing, Duke?
Is it Rush? Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe James Liverani. Hello, James. James and I met up with James and his dad in Pittsburgh, which was the first show I snuck down to the floor for, which was a great time. Absolutely, Pittsburgh was another fantastic show, but it was.
I like to hear about Chicago. I'd like to hear about Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago was good too. Out of shirts and out of posters there on day 2, so I had to get the poster via paulmccartney.com. So,
but you got it.
Yeah. Well, they're lucky. I would have been pretty PO'd. And then I had to get a stinking bootleg shirt of the show that matched the other ones, So wasn't too happy about that, but
I can understand why.
Yeah. But did they forget there was 2 shows? Tony, I just started reading Aaron's Ringo book. There you go. He got it.
Well, I hope you like it, Tony. I hope you like it. I really do.
I'm still waiting for mine. We got Christopher here. Hello from Salisbury.
Very cool.
Salisbury, yeah. UK. Hello to you, my friend. And I will have to rewatch later since I'm going back on for work. Well, you enjoy. You have a good day at work, my friend. And everybody's saying hello to each other. Take care, everyone. Okay. And then Duke is going to see the Guess Who in London in June.
Okay.
Right. Goo Dolls.
Hey, you know what? London's a great. I don't know if you've been there, Duke, but London's it's a university. It's a cool town. Good record shops if you're looking, and it's very cool. If you get a chance to go to a place called Lucan outside of London, well worth the trip.
I might do this. I would go to that Guess Who show. I would.
Well, it's Bachman and Cummins, right? I mean, that's cool.
Yeah. It's Burton and Cummins, absolutely. The book. What inspired you to? I mean, not that there's many Ringo books to begin with. There's a few out there. And a few more of recent years. But Aaron, what inspired you to do this particular book?
You know, it's the same as a Dark Horse book. I'm not putting any books down, but I never could find books about a lot of in-depth stuff about Ringo's solo career. Kind of, you buy a book about Ringo and it's a good 3/4 Beatles, and then it's like, oh yeah, then he had a few hits, and then the Austin Band, and this is going to probably get a reaction, but his later 70s stuff just doesn't get the proper attention and love it deserves, in my opinion. It's all opinion, right? It's all opinion.
Yeah.
And I was fortunate to be able to talk to people who, I wanted to write a book about this time period for Ringo because he did a lot. He was doing films. He was producing films, 2 films that no one even knew existed until we were doing this research. We being the royal we. And so I was doing the research. I found these 2 films and that have never been seen. And they've already shown, they were shown once. And I just, and then Ringo Records, because I'm a Dark Horse guy.
Yeah.
Ringo Records. But in doing the research, there was a lot of stories that have been said about Ringo that just weren't true. So for the big example was that he had nothing to do with Ringo Records. And that's positively not true. And all the bands I talked to, or the artists, they were all saying, no, 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 he was involved. He just didn't produce and he didn't tell us what to do, but he was involved. So,
Oh, okay, very cool. Yeah, so that was going to be my next question. Also, is because you doing the Dark Horse book as well. You were also interested in Ringo or Ring O Records.
which he got from John Lennon, by the way. Lennon gave him that name.
Oh, okay, very cool. So,
Yeah.
talk about some of the acts that were signed to Ring O Records.
I like how you say that. Ringo. I think you should say with an Irish look, like Ringo record. Of course, David Henschel, who did the Startling Music, which was an instrumental version of Ringo, all on synthesizer, which was in 1975. I mean, up to that point, you had Kraftwerk and maybe a couple of others, but that was kind of ahead of its time. But you had a guy named Graham Bonnet, who went on to have huge success singing with Rainbow and other bands. He was super nice to talk to, and he gave me a lot of information about one song in particular called "Warm Ride," which made #1 in Australia for Ringo Records. But there was an interesting, unlike George, Ringo didn't bring any friends onto the label, and he never intended to record for Ringo Records. He wanted it to be a label to kickstart artists' careers, and all but Graham Bonnet really got their careers kickstarted on that label. And
well, the record, the label may have folded sooner if Ringo recorded on it, right? Or no,
Yeah.
just teasing.
I do. Well, yeah, I mean, my favorite, one of my favorite moments in doing the research was talking to Graham Bonnet, and I actually quoted him in the book. He put out a single on Ringo Records called "It's All Over Now, Baby Blue," and he said they're playing on BBC One. So I called my mom and dad and my family, and we're all listening to BBC One, and the song ends, and the announcer says, "Well, it's all over for you, Graham Bonnet," because that was. He was like, "What the hell?" Like, it was on BBC, But anyways, it was a fun label, and I have all the Ringo records, and and I love the stuff. I mean, there's a woman named Suzanne who put out a couple of great. So she had a great cover of "You Really Got a Hold on Me," and it's a fun label, and it's again, I got to talk to a guy named Mike Hales, who was head of Polydor, and he worked with Ringo on the label. And when Ringo signed to Polydor, because when he did Rotogravure and Ringo the Fourth, Rotogravure, Bad Boy, that was on Polydor around the world except for North America. And he was interesting to talk to about how Ringo worked with Polydor. Ringo really wanted to promote Rotogravure, and he did. It just didn't have the results I think anyone anticipated. I mean, Mike L even said, "We thought it'd be big. We really did. It just didn't take off, right?"
So Polydor distributed Ringo Records then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That was part of the deal. He signed to Polydor so he could have his label. But he was clear from the get-go. Unlike George. George said, "I'm going to go on Dark Horse when Apple's done." Ringo said from the beginning, "I'm not going on this label." And Ringo said that because he wanted the label to just be new artists and really, and that's why most of the stuff on Ringo Records are singles. There's a handful of albums. There's David Henschel, there's Graham Bonnet and Rob Noakes, and he reissued The Whale with a different cover that was on Apple, which was really cool, I think. And I got to talk to a band named Stormer, well, a member, Ron Kelly, who, they recorded an album, and there's actually a photo in my book with Ringo holding up the album cover, but it wasn't to be. So things happen.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got Aaron here talking about his new book. We're going to get back to that in a second, but let's just get a few more comments here. Ross says, "Enjoy the day, everyone." Thank you.
Thank you. You too.
Tony, who was at the first Chicago show.
That's right.
Yes. So we didn't get to see him on the second. So I hope he had a great time, and he did have a great time because he was talked about a little bit on their recap show. Mr. Byers, hello, sir. Thank you. Thank you for that. And then we've got Mr. Soundgear. Hello. Good to see you here. Thank you very
Hi.
much. I've been in love with the colored vinyl Bukus of Blues. Love when Ringo sings sad songs. Yeah, and then we've picked those up recently, and you can tell there's a little bit of. I don't know if yours has any warping to them or not, but 3 of the 4 of my Ringo reissue records do have a little warping on them. So I don't know. Did you ever check, Aaron, to see if any of yours had a little warping?
Two. There's one that's not significantly, but you can see it. One was slightly warped. The other 2 were fine. Actually, my Buku Blues is kind of warped, to be honest. But it plays fine. And I agree with Tony. I think Ringo's voice was made for country. I love his country music, and country is known for its sad songs, right? I mean, it's what they did.
Ethan says Speed City Records in London is a must. One of my favorite record shops in all of Ontario. So I'll have to, I'll have to check that out. We got buddy James here. Tom and Aaron. Good morning, afternoon.
Good afternoon.
And yes, and we got our friend Gabby here.
Hey, how you doing? I missed you in Hamilton, Gabby. I really wanted to see you. That broke my heart, but I'm glad you're there, and I'm glad you got to see Tom because he is the better looking of the 2 of us.
Oh, jeez, stop! What a guy! What a guy! Yeah, no, it was great seeing Gabby in Hamilton, and what a night! What a night!
Oh, it was beyond. I was buzzing over it for weeks, like a couple of weeks. Like it was. I think it was one of the best shows I've seen of McCartney, quite frankly. I loved it.
I agree. Doc Dacus is here. Hello, buddy. Hello.
Doc.
Roy says that'll be the day with David Essex is excellent. It is excellent. It's a fantastic.
And Ray Connolly, I got to interview Ray, which was a big thrill for me. And he's very clear in my book. He thought Ringo could have been a fine actor. Unfortunately, after that'll be the day, Ringo picked some interesting roles, Listomania, and of course the ever classic Sextet. But Ray was very, like you said, I wish he had done Stardust. I wish he had done Stardust too. I think that would have been fantastic. David Essex, Adam Faith was great in it, but I think Ringo would have been brilliant.
There you go. Yep. Ringo was a busy man in 1970. He sure was. He sure was. Yeah. We got Paul says yes, Warm Ride was big here in Oz. There you go.
Song, isn't it? I mean, and the interesting thing about Warm Ride, it was written by the Bee Gees and was a leftover from Saturday Night Fever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They gave it to Graham Bonnet, and it was I think it made number 1 or 2 in Australia, but it was a big hit there.
The Bee Gees, Barry, Robin, Maurice, fantastic writers for women. I often listen to the Guilty record, which I think is one of the best female singing records of all time. I love Guilt. It's just a great album altogether. And then and they did Heartbreaker for Dionne Warwick. They did Emotion for what was her name? Samantha's song, was it? I think
Element or
something like that. But great writers, all of them. And they gave some great songs to other artists.
I also talking about the Bee Gees. I don't know if people know this, and it's in my book, is that Ringo and Maurice Gibb recorded a synthesizer album in '71 that never got. And I would love to hear that because I'm sure it's pretty out there. But
wonder what vault that is in.
We'll find it.
Yeah, we'll find it. Gabby says, I'm very happy Aaron wrote this Ringo book. We need more Ringo appreciation. There you go.
I agree, Gabby. I agree 110%.
Yep. And then Tony says, the Luca book is excellent too. And referring to this Back to the Egg book, which we haven't gotten to, and we'll eventually get Luca back on Two Legs.
He's great. He's an amazing writer. He's great.
Yeah, and I'll eventually give a book away. and a future midweek Macca break.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah. See here, Gabby says, sadly, we only have one Ringo record by Bobby Keys.
And I mean, it's a good record, though. And you know what? Given what was big at the time, which was a song by Average White Band called right out of my head, it should have been a big hit too, because it's very similar, you know. So I'm with you.
Tony says best concert experience ever. I'm glad to hear that.
I'm with you, Tony.
Doc says, so are you fellows all McCartney'd out now? No. No. There's talk about him going to the UK, and I plan on going to the UK next year. Yeah, to see him there. So no, we are not tired of Paulie yet.
And I of the 3 new releases, I've listened to Wings more than Anthology 4 or
Oh wow,
People. I love that box. And then the 5.1 is amazing.
Yeah. Aaron, favorite track or tracks on the Ringo the Fourth?
Well, I think my favorite, I love Wings, because I think it's got it shouldn't have been the first single perhaps, but I love the song. Simple Love Song, I think, is really catchy and would have been a great single. I like simple love songs. I like Out on the Streets. I mean, I think Ringo the Fourth is a horribly underrated album. And when I was doing the research, no one, first of all, it didn't get as bad reviews as we think it did. Second of all, no one referred to it as a disco album. And in fact, Drowning in the Sea of Love, this one critic in the UK said, this is a great song because it starts off like Golden Earring and winds up like some R&B song. Yeah, that's kind of true. I like that. So those songs come to mind real quick. I don't know what yours are, Tony. What your favorite songs are? I'd like to know.
Okay. Tim is here, and picture you, if you will, back in the 90s. One Razor Ramon or Scott Hall as he's in the ring with the mic and going, "Hey yo." Okay, there you go.
That was good.
Yeah. Although he is saying "hey ho." So, anyways, but hey ho. Yes, really wish we found you in Hamilton. It was great to find Tom, at least of the 2. They ran out of my size for the Hamilton City shirt. So really,
Story of my life. Every time I go to get a t-shirt at a concert, it's always the one I want.
It's funny. Had to get a large instead of a medium. They didn't have any mediums. Damn it.
You can still rock the milk. You're all right. Samantha sang. Thank you.
Sang. Yes.
I was doing Yvonne Elliman and Samantha sang together.
Okay, we can get to this. So James, I know you've been very vocal about this. So episode 9, was it worth it? For me, no, as I have the DVDs. I really wanted 2-3 hours of just them in the studio. I was less disappointed in what it was, but more by what it could have been. I have been rewatching the DVDs. I haven't got to the Disney Plus Beatles anthology, but have you taken a peek at first of all, Aaron was able to go to a screening of the first episode and the 9th episode. Yeah. If you want to talk about that briefly.
That was really cool. That was in Toronto. It was a couple of days before it hit Disney Plus. It was nice to see it on the big screen because I tried to see, I think I've only missed one thing on the big screen, and that was McCartney Kisses on the Bottom. That was in the theaters for one night. But I liked episode 9. I kind of guess my feeling was I wish it had been longer and more in depth because I really enjoyed the footage of the 3 of them together. That's what you said. Yeah. I loved it. It was so good. I just thought it was too short. And, and the best part of the night, though, was half the crowd got up and left her in the credits. And I've never left her in credits. That's sacrilegious to me. And right. As soon as the credits were over, they showed the videos for the new version of Fraser Bird and Real Love. And then they showed Now and Then. So people were like literally running back to find seats. I'm like, and
Whoopsie.
I was fortunate to sit beside Deidre Kelly, who of course read the book on the Beatles fashion. She was
Yeah.
there, so that was nice. It was, but I enjoyed episode 9. I wish it had been longer and more in depth, and some of the jamming would have been really cool to see. Because boy, I'm watching it going, they were jamming here, the three of them. Let's see more of them.
Right. Yeah. Mike says,
What did
hello,
you think of
Tom.
it?
What's
Tom?
that, buddy?
You seen number 9 yet?
No, I haven't seen any of it. I'm rewatching the DVDs right now.
Okay.
And then I canceled my Disney Plus subscription, so I'll have to get it back. So we'll go there when it's time. I'll get it back. But hello, Tom and Aaron. Ringo rocks.
Yes,
Mike
thank you for saying that.
Did Ringo have more chart success than the other Beatles in the early 70s? Says Rory, or asked Rory.
No, I mean maybe in the UK more than Paul, for sure. His records did better on the charts in the UK, maybe in America too. Paul's single career at the beginning, Another Day was a hit, but Backseat of My Car wasn't. And then, of course, Hi 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 or Give Ireland wasn't a huge hit anywhere,
Band,
except for Ireland, where it made #1 in Spain. Mary Had a Little Lamb was a top 10, but Ringo had surprise chart huge success with it. Don't Get Me Easy, Back Off Boogaloo, and then of course Photograph, You're 16, Oh My Mind, America and Canada. He did have a lot of success, more than Paul and definitely John. But so you know what, I'm just answering along. Yes.
Well, until about 75, and then Paul really just took over.
Paul took over at 74. Yeah, 73 really, from My Love On. I mean, 73 was a great year. When you look at the charts, you got, Red Rose Speedway replaced by Material World, replaced by the new album, and then Ringo comes up. And John's doesn't do so well, but it was all these Beatles stuff. It was like a mini Beatlemania going on in 73. Then in 76, with the Rock and Roll Music album and Wings with the Speed of Sound and Wings Over America, Rotograph Year and 33 to Third. 33 to Third made it to number 11. Should have gone top 10, but there was a lot of competition.
Yeah. Yep, I agree 100%. Tony says, Tom, did you do any Black Friday record shopping? No, I did not. But my record store that I used to go to in Arizona, they had a copy of the Living in the Material World Zoetrope, so I picked that up.
I got the Dark Horse stuff. Danny and the Idol, and I got the Zoetrope too. So, I also got Dylan, which I was very excited because I really wanted Bobby, and I got it.
Oh, excellent! Whew,
yeah,
I know. Lynn says, I watched the 4.5-hour podcast by Elliot Roberts on Ringo. Lots of detail covering his entire career and life. I hadn't really delved into anything on his solo career before. Well, hopefully you check those out. And I think that was the last one of the 4 that Elliot did. I know he, you got to get that book. That'll take care of the 70s for you. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I mean, I've checked out Elliot's other rankings before, and they're fun. My faves are "It's No Secret," "Season Flight," and "A Simple Love Song." Gave It All Away. "Gave It All Away" is one that I enjoy.
Yeah, good song. Good song.
Yeah. Hey guys, 49th anniversary of Wings Over America, triple LP release. Yep, and I'm sure next year we'll see the Half Speed Master.
I think this year we're going to see the London Town and Back to the Egg. I'm holding out. I'm sorry.
Hey, I listen. I hope so as well. I do. I really do.
I'm going to keep hoping until I get a definite.
You're going to keep hoping for deliverance for the London Town Back to the Egg. I got to see Razor, Hall, Russell in London in '93. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that is awesome. Okay, so getting back to the Ringo book, Aaron, Ringo in the 70s, like you said, that first half, 70s, 74, even though Sentimental Journey and Bukus of Blues didn't really do well chart-wise,
It didn't.
He's keeping
Buku Blues made number 7 or 8, so they did well.
okay, right, okay, but people don't associate them as as successful albums, especially here in the States. I don't think they did well. Okay, so but then we get into, like you said, the singles start coming, and then we get the first proper album in '73. Goodnight Vienna follows in '74 on an all-time high. But again, it's it's that the working with the friends, John Paul, George, giving him material, working with him. Yet Richard Perry, right, as the producer, the great formula. Why do you think those two albums? Well, Ringo did even better, but still, I don't think it hit number 1 though, right? The Ringo album did not hit number 1.
On Cashbox, it did.
Okay.
Cashbox and Billboard used to be in competition. It made number 1 on Cashbox. We're going to cling to that. But it was kept at number 1 by Elton John's "Goodbye Yellow Brick Road" album, which
right.
I mean, you think it was everywhere in '73. You couldn't turn on the radio without hearing Elton, and that was fair enough. It's a classic album. I love that album. I like Ringo better, but that's okay. I think with Richard Perry, Ringo was in his comfort zone with those two albums, and to a certain extent, Rotogravure. Now, Goodnight Vienna, really the only Beatle on it is John. George and Paul are not on that album at all. But you have Elton John,
Stickaroo. Yep.
Yeah, great track. And which Elton John never recorded. It's only Ringo's version is only the one that's out there. I think they were the good. It's all about timing and good music. I mean, Photograph is a great song. I don't care who did it. It's one of those songs that, the first time you hear it, you go, this is an amazing song. And the album Ringo, I love, of course, and it's got the band on it. And it's a bit of a superstar album. Goodnight Vienna was much more of a Ringo album in my mind. And Rotogravure, I mean, Paul's on it with wonderful Solid Gold and Pure Gold. Sorry, Solid Gold was Keith Moon. Pure Gold and John Lennon. People think that John didn't do anything between 75 and 80. Well, he did Cooking in the Kitchen of Love in LA. Yoko was there, and then George sues Ringo over "I'll Still Love You."
I'll still love you, right? Which they famously joked about later on.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the music industry was changing, and I think here's my little theory. Okay, if Ringo had done an album in '75 instead of a greatest hits, I think we'd have a very different conversation about the late '70s for Ringo. I think that things were happening so quick in the '70s that it was easy to kind of overlook an artist if they hadn't put anything out for a couple of years. And if you think about it, Goodnight Vienna comes out in November '74. You don't get anything new from Ringo until the end of '76. So I think people lost interest or moved on. Also, '76, what do you got? You got disco, punk. You've got prog rock still. You've got Bob Dylan's Thunder Review. It was hard to be heard in all of that. And but Rotogravure, I still think I got such a huge soft spot for that album. I love it.
It's not really a bad album at all. I enjoyed it as well. I certainly do. We got Paul podcast, but rest in peace, John. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Byers says, don't get me wrong, the new anthology in episode 9 looks gorgeous. I'm just not sure it was worth the 30-year wait. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what Aaron said, right? He wished there was more to it than than what there was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Duke says, man, Thomas the Piece of a Horse 2 weeks after it dropped. Yeah. Well, I mean, part of it too is just, it's the busy season right now at work. And, I mean, it seems like every work day I have is 10 to 12 hours right now. I worked 14 hours on Saturday,
That's brutal.
So
that's brutal, but it pays up the bills.
Yeah. It's going to pay off for all these McCartney tickets. James, there's the other James. We got our James Club here, or James Gang, I should say. Hello, Jen. Sorry I missed the first 25. I've been putting up the Christmas tree.
We're doing that Saturday, James. Hopefully, Saturday's the day.
Right. Doc says, should I keep my old anthology DVDs or spring for a Blu-ray? I say keep them.
I do too.
Keep them. Yeah.
I hope there's a Blu-ray. Have you heard it? They're releasing it as a Blu-ray?
No, I haven't heard anything about a physical media release. And plus, if they do, then it would probably be what they dropped on Disney Plus, which were averaged an hour, rather than the DVDs average 70 minutes, 110 minutes or so on the DVDs.
I find Disney Plus frustrating because they never reissued the Let It Be film that was all cleaned up. They never put out the documentary on Abbey Road Studios. It's like you have to stream it, and I really wish. I like physical, I'm a physical guy. I'm a big physical guy, and I would love to have those Blu-rays, but they don't seem. I'm not holding out hope for that. I think there's more of a hope of a London Town box set than a Blu-rays of Anthology. So says me.
The Wings Blu-ray audio comp is excellent, interesting. Surround sound. I should have mine tomorrow.
James, I love it. The ones I like the most would surprise me. Like I didn't think I would like. I've had enough, and it's really good. I mean, I love the song, but I didn't think a 5.1 would make much of a difference, and it really does. I've really enjoyed it. It's brilliant.
Yeah, Aaron, getting back to the book, who are some of the other people you got to talk to for this project?
Lon and Derek Van Eaton, Bill Schnee, Ever Loving, Ever Smiling, who told me a great story about that. When he heard the recording, he thought Ringo had said, "Never smiling, never loving." His reputation of not being the friendly guy, he said. And he goes, "I was really upset." And Ringo's like, "Why are you sad? What you said I never smiled?" He goes, "No, I said ever smiling." So I got to talk to them. I got to talk to Nancy Andrews, which was interesting. Oh. She's lovely. And I'm trying to think. Okay, so I got members of Stormer. Oh, I got to talk to, this was a thrill for me, Doug Bogey, or the Colonel, who did one single on Ringo Records of Koki Koki with, flip side was, again, my brain's not working. I will look it up. But he did a one-off single, and he was great. He great stories about Ringo and Ringo Records, and how he actually got signed, which was really funny, was he had brought Ringo an album, and he meets with Ringo and Harry Nilsson, Away in a Manger. That's on the B-side. He goes to Ringo Records, and he plays Ringo this album, and Ringo goes like, "Yeah, no, it's too proggy. It's not for me." And just by chance, at the very end of it, Doug had been fooling around in the studio and did this, he said, horrible version of Koki Koki, which is like the Hokey Pokey. And Ringo goes, "Oh, I like that. Can we do that one?" And he's like, "Seriously?" So he was great to talk to. Graham Bonnet, as I said. And then I got to talk to this guy named Dr. Lawrence Blair, who is a professor of, I think, geography, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, he did 2 documentaries with Ringo in '72. Ringo financed 2 documentaries that were screened once in Los Angeles in '76. And the original advertisement said, "Produced by Ringo with music by George Harrison." And I said to him, "What music by George Harrison's on the film?" And he said, "There's no George Harrison. I don't know who put that in there." It says it's just, I don't know. Aaron, he goes, "There was no George Harrison, had nothing to do with it. Ringo financed the films, and he was there for the final edits, and he really enjoyed the films, but I don't know where the George Harrison came from." I just thought, yeah, it's, So I got to talk to Anne Marie Connolly, and so right. It was fun. It was really cool to talk to these people who, Mike Hayes from Polydor. He told me the funniest stories about Ringo in Japan and Italy, and shaving his head just before he was supposed to do the promo film for "You Don't Know Me at All." And he goes, "And you've been fine if he just shaved his head, but he shaved his eyebrows."
That had to have been a fun night.
Well, the story is, according to Nancy Andrews, Ringo said to her, "I'm going to go get my hair cut," but he passed a bar on the way, and he ended up going to the bar for a while. And he came back, and he didn't realize that everything. And Nancy's like, "What did you do?" And Ringo said, "Well, I don't know. What are you talking about? Got a haircut." She goes, "Ringo, look." And he looks in the mirror, and he's like, "Ah." Or Ringo. But
one of the things I still need to see that Ringo directed was Born to Boogie.
That's great. That's a great documentary.
Is it? Okay.
I like it. I mean, you get to see Mark Bolan, Elton John, and Ringo Starr jamming in the studio, which is worth the price alone. And then Mark Bolan and Ringo goofing around in a park, very magical mystery tour like. And I enjoy it. It's a good film. Great music. I mean, I'm also a T-Rex Mark Bolan fan, so
okay.
So yeah, that's kind of cool.
All right, where can everybody get this book?
Well, hopefully you can get it. It's available through Amazon, Walmart, Barnes and Noble, Waterstones in England. I forget the chain in Australia, but it's available there. Amazon worldwide. Funny story, the country where it's hardest to get is Canada, even though I'm Canadian. But that's another story for another time. We'll not deal with that right now.
Well, just go to Aaron's house if you can find it, and he will personally hand it to you as you knock on the door and says, "What the hell are you doing here? How the hell did you find me? Take this book, get out of here."
Yeah, please just leave me alone. No, yeah, it's available all the, and if you any bookstore will order for you, except in Canada, but in the U.S. or England they will order the books for sure. And I know that it's available in Ireland, and it's worldwide. It's with I switched publishers. This is published by New Haven Publishing. I do like the back of the book where I got to put an ad from the single for which is or No Song, which is kind of cool. And there's a discount in the back, and
I love the No Song. Did you ever find out who won the car?
What car?
Didn't he do a giveaway? Didn't he? They do a win Ringo's car contest or something like that. Are you familiar with that?
No, that one I didn't. That's beyond me.
Okay.
But I did get to meet with White Axton's son, because unfortunately we lost White, who wrote the song No Song. Yeah. And I said to him, "How did Ringo come across this song?" And apparently White was a really good friend of Ringo's. Ringo's hanging out with. He did 2 albums, country albums, with one guy with a guy named Kinky Friedman, and then a guy named Guthrie Thomas. And through those 2, he had met White Axton, and Ringo really loved the No song, so he recorded it. And as White Axton's son said to me, it kept my dad and future generations quite wealthy.
I bet. Yeah. I bet it's a perfect song for Ringo too. I think it's great.
He doesn't do it as much anymore. I saw him on the first tour he did it. That was him and Joe Walsh up there singing. It was great to watch. I love that. So
yeah,
but
very cool. Very cool. So buy the book, everybody.
Please. I need to feed my cat.
There's more records to buy. Forget the cat, the records.
Exactly. 100%. 110%.
Anyways, James says, I bought Wings Over America on the way to grandparents for Christmas in 76 for $640, but I got it for $440. Okay.
Good deal, James.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see here. Tony says, I like the New Orleans flavor of Goodnight Vienna, ooh-wee, and acapella. Yeah. Gabby says Nancy's great, so she must have met Nancy before. Let's see here. Do you talk about Thomas the Tank Engine in the book? No, because that was not in the 70s.
That's right. Yeah. I'll tell you a funny story about Thomas the Tank. There was a store here in Toronto, downtown Toronto. They used to import British things like food, but sometimes they'd import books. And I was in there one time buying a Cadbury chocolate bar because the British ones are better than ours. And they had a book on tape, like with a book and a cassette tape. And it was Ringo reading Thomas the Tank Engine. And so I bought it. But on the back, it listed all the other ones. So I went back to the store and said, well, can you give me all these things? And this guy says, and he's very British from Cockney. I'm not going to do the accent because have you children? I go, no. I'd like to get these. He goes, that's kind of creepy, don't you think? I went, no, I collect the Beatles. It's okay. I'm not doing anything creepy. but I got all the cassettes and books, so I was very happy to get that. And if I do a book on the 80s, James, that'll certainly be it. I like that was your gateway to the Beatles. I love those tapes, and I still have all my books and tapes. And then he re-recorded them in America. People don't know that, but he did.
Ah, okay. Yeah. James says, I agree with you, Aaron. I've had enough more grit on the 5.1 and stereo. I think Wings Over America would be amazing in Dolby Atmos. Well, let's see if that happens.
With you, James. That'd be great.
Yeah. James says, still waiting for my Wings Blu-ray 2 days late. Did anyone get the Ringo Rama double LP? What's next for George? Bangladesh, somewhere in England Blu-ray. Great show. Thank you, buddy. What do you think?
I got Ringo in yellow and purple. And I got my Stop and Smell the Roses with the fluid in the record.
Yeah, have you played that? How does it sound if you have played it?
I did play it. It sounds fine. It doesn't. But I was surprised. And if anyone else got it, tell me if I got ripped off here. There's no inner sleeve. Like in the original Stop and Smell the Roses, there was the lyrics and all that. Nothing, no inner sleeve, just the record and the album cover. It sounds fine. I mean, it's really wild when you play. I never had one of these things before, but the fluids kind of go to the outer rims. And it was just, I mean, what amuses my little mind sometimes.
Yeah. They on the original copy they misspelled Lawrence Juber's name.
Yes,
Lawrence Tuber or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, funny stuff. My cousin says, "Can Aaron be the head archival chief for the Ringo Starr audio camp?" There you go.
I would love it. That's my dream. You go to bed and you think, "Oh, I'm going to get a call tomorrow from Ringo. Can you take care of my archives?" I would love it. Because there's so much that he did. That there's like 6 songs for Rotogravure that have still never surfaced, not even on bootlegs. And I would love, But anyways, thank you. That's a compliment. I'm going to take it as a compliment, Duke. Thank you.
Now I had these at one point. I'm very disappointed in Friday. Friday Music did reissue some of the Ringo stuff. I think they reissued Ringo Rotogravure. I think they reissued Bad Boy as well, and Ringo the Fourth.
And they were supposed to do Choose Love. It was supposed to be for Record Store Day, and it never came out. They're now saying it'll be out in January or February. So
okay,
they don't. I'm still waiting for my Julian Lennon Velotte.
Yeah,
anybody here?
James said, here we got an update. He says Wings Blu-ray just delivered. Well, there you go. Yay! All right. Rory says, how much is the spyglass from the Rotogravure worth?
Why would you bring this up? This is the bane of my existence. You know the horrible story about this, Rory, is when I spoke to the guy from Polydor, Mike Hales, I said, oh man, I would love to get that the monocle, the magnifying glass. And he says, well, I have one. I said, oh, do you want it? He goes, yeah. But he said, we threw out boxes of thousands of those. Like literally just threw them out because we've made too many. And I'm like, why couldn't you have called me? Just give me one. Just one. I just want one. But I don't have it.
I won't dock myself.
I don't know how much they sell because I've never seen one for sale.
There. No, I've never. I've never seen one for sale either. James Byer says, I won't dock myself, but both Mark Bolan and Billy Fury are buried about 20 minutes from where I live. Huh.
Wow. That's interesting. Very cool.
Yeah. Gabby says, really bummed out about No Choose Love. Friday has given up the Ringo release. The polling of Choose Love was the final straw. Okay. And we'll do this one real quick. Buyer says, as much as I adore Bangladesh, I'm happy with the 2005 DVD. It is amazing and it looks fantastic too. So what else can they do? Well, praying for 33 and third box set. Yeah, I think that'll eventually happen. My understanding is that the Wingnut, the Peter Jackson company, is working on Bangladesh and the 74 tour. Into restoring the film footage, which I thought looked fantastic on that 2005 DVD. But if that's the case, but you just put that in the rumor mill for now. But that's what I had heard. So
well,
we shall see.
Danny certainly hinted last year at a Dark Horse box set.
Yeah,
It was more than hinting. It was, but I man, would I love a 33 and a third box set? I would happily sell my children. I mean, honestly, I would, because again, in speaking with people who worked on that album, there's a ton of stuff that didn't come out that is in the vaults in FBS HOT and Friar Park, and I would love to. 33 and a third to me is like one of the best albums ever made.
Wait, are you going to rank it? Are you ranking it right now? Are you ranking that album right now?
I'm not ranking it. I'm just. It's like Ram. Every time I think to myself, what should I put on by McCartney? I go to Ram. Every time I think of Harrison, I go to 33 and a third. I love that album so much. If it was a human, I'd take it out for lunch.
I'm not going to argue. Let's talk about some current releases that have been that we've been spending our hard-earned money on, and I guess we'll first start with you got the LP versions, right? And I got the
CD, both. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, you did get both. Yeah. So I've been listening to this for the last week or so. And I love Volume 3. That's my favorite. But Anthology 4 was nice. I had some fun stuff on there. Volume 1, re-listening to Volume 1 as well was very interesting because, I mean, obviously you can tell there are some improvements made with this set.
It's interesting. You like I really like Anthology 2. That I go to that one. Yeah, I love that stuff. Anthology 3 is great. And 4, I mean, I love it. I love Baby You're a Rich Man, Take 12. Love that. I think I've played it on my show every day for the last month because I just love that sound. But I do, I really, I'm happy with it. I'm glad I got the one from Apple with the pictures.
Yeah.
You got that right?
No.
Oh, okay. But if you bought it from Apple, it came in the box set with these beautiful photos, and it's really nice. I'm glad. I'm glad I got that. But so yeah, I like it. I mean, it's. I was shocked it didn't do as well as I thought. I thought it'd do much better on the charts than it did. But who am I to know? What do I know?
What do you know? What do I know? All I know is then also this came out as well. The Free as a Bird backed with Real Love. It's Creamy Milk 45. They say. What do you got to say, my friend?
You can get it. It came. That's clear vinyl.
Yeah. There's nothing creamy or milky about this.
I thought I was really going to say because I know I'm colorblind. I'm putting it out to everyone right now. I'm colorblind. I am. Seriously, diagnosed colorblind. But I kept looking at it going, I thought this was supposed to be white. And it's like,
yeah.
I bought the CD from Japan.
Oh, you did?
I did. Just to be
wow.
It came out as a CD single in Japan on Apple.
Of course you did. A lot of talk about the Real Love mix on this one. John's vocals are more up front. Sounds great. I was very skeptical at first. On first listen, I was like, I don't know if I care for this. More listens. I think I prefer the 25 mix over the 95 or 96 when it came out.
I actually prefer. Okay. And the Blu-ray for the one album.
Yeah.
There's a version of Real Love with a different guitar solo by George. I really love that guitar solo that's on the Blu-ray. I know I'm a weird guy, Tom. I know that.
That's all right. Hey, we're all weird in our own special way.
It was funny because when the first time I heard Real Love, the new version, was at the screening, and it shocked me. Like, I mean, I'm gonna tell you, you could actually hear people going, "Whoa!" Like it was different. It was so different, and it's grown on me as well. Like I think that it's come under severe. Look, I don't think Apple or the Beatles would release it if they didn't like it, and I'm digging it. So I mean, and the original's there if you want to hear it too. Like
exactly.
One doesn't fit the other. It's okay to have two different, mixes of the same song. I think, anyways. Makes for a great party game. Which version is this? No, just kidding.
Tony D says, "Am I the only one who skips the Indian music on Bangladesh? You might be because I do not."
I don't either.
Yeah.
You actually like Indian music, Tony. I really do. And before Bangladesh, when I was a kid, I grew up. My dad was in World War II in the Korean War, and he brought home a lot of music from Japan and from China and from India because he had stopped over and we listen. I grew up listening to it, so I quite like it. So
Cool.
I told you it was weird, totally weird.
Speaking of the gift that keeps on giving for Paul McCartney, that is, it's the latest reissue of
Yellow.
Yeah, on yellow vinyl. Wonderful Christmas Time. We've got the Parlophone label on this because it was a Columbia release back in the day, which he hasn't. Yeah, in America, yes, which he hasn't reissued. I don't think a Columbia label. I think all the singles in the box set were during that period were Parlophone. If I remember correctly. Yeah, if I remember correctly.
Sounds good. Excuse me. That sounds good.
Yeah, didn't listen to it yet, but again, Paulie generally, this is the big cash earner for him, right? He generates about $500K to $1 million a year just on this.
It was interesting to see the British charts because it's going back up the British charts again. It's
right.
Above Happy Christmas, which surprised me, but every year it goes up. And again, my daughter who lives in Dublin said, "Dad, you can't go 2 blocks without hearing it. Like all you hear is Wonderful Christmas." Because apparently it's very loved in Ireland. And I've heard it on Irish radio several times. There's a station called Irish FM, which is all Christmas music right now. And I hear it every day 4 or 5 times. And I'm happy. It's like, yay. I love the song. The song
is great.
Love it.
Tony says, I don't hate it, but I prefer the 96 Real Love. Okay.
Fair enough. I totally understand that.
Yeah. I really like the 2025 version of Real Love. Vocals are so much more natural.
That's true.
That's go, Lynn. Yep. Rory says the BBC are doing a 6-pack documentary about the Beatles in Hamburg. Yes, I heard about that.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah. Which there's actually a really good the Macca book that came out was it 6-7 years ago now. That was a fantastic book about that. I don't know if they're going to reference that or anything, but if you're going to talk to anybody, Klaus Vormann, I didn't know Klaus Vormann put out a book about Beatles in Hamburg. I'll have to find that.
I didn't either, and now I feel like a failure, and I'm going to have to go and I have to do some because I feel like I'm disappointed in myself.
Yeah. There's a shelf. There's a shelf crying right now because that book is not on it at the moment.
It's true,
James says Wonderful Christmas Time is at 25 in the UK at the moment. Yay. Absolutely. Buyer says there's not enough George on Now and Then, and now apparently too much on Real Love. I don't get it. Well, he didn't really do that much though for Now and Then. Because they gave up on the track back when they were working on 3 songs. So, but at least he's on it. Okay, at least he's on it. Mr. Syed, what's going on, my friend?
Hey,
got any trivia questions?
I don't have my phone with me, so I can't cheat.
Yeah, I know, right? I got a quick one for you. I got an easy one for you here. What is the only day of the week that Paul doesn't say in Lady Madonna?
Oh my gosh, Tuesday afternoon is never ending. Saturday?
Yep, that's it. Saturday.
Yeah. Yep. Had to go through my head. I'm going through the lyric sheet going, Saturday, yeah.
What are the 2 days? I think it's 2. What are the 2 days of the week that he says and She's Leaving Home?
So Friday morning at 5 o'clock, Wednesday morning, Wednesday and
Wednesday
Friday.
morning. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I
Uh,
I was an adult. I was about,
yeah.
I think the first time I saw McCartney in '89, when I finally got the joke in Lady Madonna about see how they run.
Yeah.
The stockings needed mending, see how they run. It was like, that's a brilliant joke. And people were like, seriously? It's taking you this long?
This long?
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, but it was a great joke.
Here's Nick. Nick says, what two Beatles songs contain the words now and then?
Well, now and then.
Yeah.
Nick, you got me on this one because I have to go through the calendar. My brain is just it's going to bug me. It's going to bug me.
Oh, I know. I was kind of being a smartass there. I don't know. Listen, when you're not put on the spot, right? The trivia questions can be easy at some point, but when you're on the spot,
that's a hard one. That's a good one. It's a good one.
Yeah,
you got me on that.
I love this. Everybody knows that I get the picture sleeves from around the world.
Oh,
here's the Wings. Let 'Em In. Backed with Beware My Love. This is from Turkey. Okay. Now, the cool thing about this one is that the A side is the core for Let 'Em In, right? And then the B side with Beware My Love is the apple. Now you have one. Now, what country is the one that you have that's the same way?
Ireland.
Yeah.
Ireland, yeah. Which weird that's on Apple. On both in both countries,
right?
76. No, what year was it? 75, right?
No, 76. Yeah. Wait, so yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I just ordered something yesterday that I thought was interesting. A copy of Stranglehold from Australia with the B side Right Away. Not Angry.
Interesting. And that's from Australia?
Oh, maybe not Australia. Maybe it's. I'd have to look, but I was looking at, because when you can't sleep, you're going Discogs, don't you? And I saw it, and I thought that was interesting that the B side that's the only time I've seen that on the 7-inch B side. So
right,
and there's a picture sleeve of it. It's a regular picture sleeve, but it's got Right Away as opposed to Angry, which surprised me.
Yeah. Also picked up from Argentina.
Oh, cool.
I guess that says, listen to what the man says.
What is that?
Argentina.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
What label was that on?
This is, it's Capital.
Okay.
It's Capital.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. There you go.
What's on the flip side?
On the flip side is Love and Song, I believe. Yeah, Love and Song.
Very cool.
But yeah. I mean, the shitty thing about all the listen to what the man says is they're all the same. The picture sleeves are all the same.
Was there none different anywhere in the world?
No, none are different. The only thing that would be different is some countries will have their own language on them.
But the design, there's never been a different design for that single anywhere.
No, right. And then here's one from France as well.
Okay. Tom, to the best of your knowledge, is that the only one where there's no variants around the world?
Right. Yeah. Mary Had a Little Lamb was close, but that had one or two different picture sleeves. But during the 70s, for the whole run of the 70s, Listen to What the Man Said is the only one that has the same picture sleeve. Yeah, for all those countries that did do picture sleeves.
Picture sleeves, yeah. It's funny. That was the hardest one for me to find from England. Was Listen to What the Man Said with the picture sleeve. For some reason, I had a hard time finding that, and I finally did. But it wasn't. Maybe it was just the time, whatever. But it was just not the easiest one to find with a good sleeve.
Yeah, and you would think they would be easy too, because you know what, this I mean, the U.S. the U.S. version, they're a dime a dozen. Really, these are the most common picture sleeves in the U.S. for the '70s. For '70s, Paul is listen to what the man says. I see them all the time. It's crazy.
I just got two. I didn't bring them upstairs because I'm doing this in a different room because at the long story, it doesn't matter why.
Yeah.
But I got two Ringo singles from the Stop and Smell the Roses. I got Rack My Brain from Italy, which is a different sleeve, and I got Private Property with the sleeve, which is very, very cool.
Okay.
So get those. So, and they sound good too. Really good presses.
Now, did you get the Peggy Lee Let's Love from France 45 yet?
I did.
You did? Okay.
Yeah, sleeve, and it's interesting. I didn't think the version she released was produced by Paul, but this says produced by Paul McCartney on the label.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I think the album wasn't produced by him. I think just that song.
Right, but anyways, it's great. It's a nice. I chanced upon that on eBay of all places, and I saw it. I thought, oh, I was looking for something else. Actually, I'm looking at some Peggy Lee stuff because I like Peggy Lee, and that popped up. I went, oh, I wonder if Tom knows about this.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about it.
We did.
We were talking about the fact that it wasn't a single, and then here you go showing it from France. It was released as a single
on Atlantic Records too.
Yeah, interesting. Very interesting. Tony says, Aaron, I love hearing about your collecting obsession.
Thank you, Tony. It's a lifelong one. I've been I go for the most minute details too, and I'm so fortunate to have a very understanding wife. But because sometimes she's like, "Do you really need this one?" Well, yes, and here's why. But I don't know. It's near impossible to stop now. I'm in too deep.
Yeah.
I'm just in too deep.
Yeah.
So
well, I'm going to read James Byers' comment. I'm going to add to this, but I hope we get Anthology 5. We finally find out that the 27-minute Helter Skelter was actually an epic drum battle between Pete Best and Jimmy Nickel during the week. As I'm watching the Beatles anthology again, the DVD version, I'm just like, what cool moment it would have been to hear, to hear from Pete Best, okay. There's the one shot where they're filming A Hard Day's Night, and then they focus right on Patty. It's like, well, how cool it would have been just to get like a 1-minute little, snippet from Patty just talking about that scene, and then, meeting them for a second. Jeff Emmerich's not there. Ken Scott's not there. Other people that have was Norman still alive back then?
I think so. Smith.
Yeah.
So.
I
thought. And what about Billy Preston? They don't talk to him either, do they?
No. Or Clapton. So
Clapton would have been interesting. Clapton would have. I would love to have heard about the While My Guitar Gently Weeps and You Blues. That would have been fascinating.
Right.
Yeah.
It would have been interesting to get other people's perspective. I know you want to keep the inner circle small, or you don't want too many talking mouths, because one, it is the Beatles story, right? But just to have like a little minute here, a little 2 minutes here from these other people that were very important, in the Beatles story as well, it would have been nice. But
it's funny you say that. I felt that when they put out. Do you remember the documentary that came out? You probably were too. You were probably just born. But in the '90s, when they put out the Lennon documentary, Imagine.
No, that was 1988. Imagine John Lennon. I saw that in the theater, my friend.
Okay, maybe you weren't even But I saw that in the theater, and I walked out of the theater thinking there were so many people they didn't interview that would have been interesting to hear from about Lennon. I mean, it's a great documentary. Don't get me wrong. And at the time, it was like just the best thing since sliced bread because we didn't have anything else. But because the only other thing we had was the complete Beatles, which I saw on VHS actually. Very short, but good.
Right. But I think it's fantastic. I mean, and I still love it to this day. I mean, mainly because that was my first, introduction.
Right.
documentary wise. I mean, that's what we had. That's all we had. And plus look who's in there. Alan Williams is in there. What's his name? My Bonnie guy is in there. Yeah. Marianne Faithfull. Why is she in there? I don't know, because she heard an acetate, and Hey Jude would, just took off, But I love Complete Beatles. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's fun. I did too. I mean, it was like one of the few. There was another film that came out, and it's shown. I don't know about in the States, but in Canada, it was shown in colleges and high schools. It was called The Condensed Cream of Beatles, and it was like 20 minutes, and it was a very quick history of the Beatles. But it was like the only thing. Again, it was like this is predating the Complete Beatles. I think it was called The Condensed Cream of Beatles. It was great though. I mean, I remember seeing it at the Whitby Library, Friday night shopping. Yeah, we had Whitby.
Gabby I have Living in the Material World from Mexico that has both English and Spanish titles on the front sleeve.
Okay,
I like that.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. That's very cool. I have to look for it.
Yeah, of course. And then you'll get, do you need that one? And you'll explain why you need it.
Because it's got Spanish on the cover, honey.
Right. Boy says, listen to what the man said is a song Paul doesn't get right live. It doesn't work for me with the current arrangement, the Wings Over America version with him at the piano. Well, I do like that version. I did get to see him do Listen to What the Man. I think it was either 14 or 19 when I saw him do that live. I'm forgetting what the was. And I enjoyed it.
You too. I think it'd be a hard song to do live. I don't know. I'm not a musician, but
yeah. Gabby says Norman Smith passed within the last 15 years. Met him at the fest in like 2009, 2011, unsure of the year. Yeah.
I have his book. I have Norman Smith's book, John Called Me Normal or something. Great book. Really good book.
What poster are you talking about? The Sgt. Pepper one I drew, or I don't know if that's the one you're talking about. Well, here, give me 1 second. I'm going to find something real quick.
Tom's looking for something real quick. I don't know a poster. It's collecting is the beetle bug is hard and all that, but there's a few really weird things, like you don't know what you don't know until you listen to it. So, for example, I bought Rack My Brain on 45 in Canada without a picture sleeve. And then I saw it with the picture sleeve in Canada, both on RCA, 2 different mixes. And there's a really rare Canadian mix of Rack My Brain with different. Well, it's a different mix entirely, but hey, I got both of them. Very happy.
Yes. Cool. Sticker Mania, how you doing? Hey, buddy, I was gonna try to get a hold of you because the owner of my local record store was somebody brought in a butcher cover that he wanted to sell.
Really?
Sell it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I saw it Monday night, and it was beautiful. It was the cover was very textured, and I hadn't seen one like that. I've only seen the peeled. I never saw one that was perfectly clean like that. But nice. He actually watched your video on all the 3 main butcher covers, I believe. So hope you're doing all right, buddy. Let's see here. Great hearing you guys chatting for my dinner. Take care. Okay, thanks, buddy.
See you later, James.
Oh, listen to what the man said. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. It was Listen to What the Man Said from Mexico. They had both on there.
Phew.
Yeah. Yeah. The Imagine poster. Do I still have the Imagine poster? I don't remember. Anyways, back in what year did
the movie poster. The movie poster. You have the movie poster. Very cool.
Back in 1990. Okay, so I had a bootleg. This had to have been a bootleg. I had this Beatles Sgt. Pepper shirt in the same design as the Beatles animated show. Okay,
that's cool.
And so yeah. So I freeformed this from that shirt. So I don't know if you can see it, but
That's really cool.
yeah. So I gave it. Yeah, I drew this. Yeah. Yeah, so this is obviously 10 times bigger than what the shirt was. So, but yeah, there you go. I did this back in 1990, and
That's really good. That's
yeah,
actually frameable.
yeah, and I gave it to my uncle who recently just passed. So I got, yeah,
That's
but yeah,
really cool. Very cool.
thank
You're
you.
holding out on it. I didn't know you're such a good artist.
Well, yeah, I did have dreams of being a comic illustrator at one point in my
That was
life.
really good, man. You should frame that and put it up. Honestly.
Yeah, I will eventually. Oh, the Duke says breaking news from CD Japan. What is that? What is the news? Let's see here. Boy says it's interesting that anthology and the Wings comp haven't sold well. Rubber Soul, London Town, Back to the Egg are obviously what fans really want. Yeah,
I do.
Yeah.
I'm with you, James. I listen. I actually went out and bought the London Town and Back to the Egg shirts and stuff, hoping that if enough people bought them, it might encourage McCartney to put out the box sets. So
I haven't. I'm still waiting on my Back to the Egg and London Town shirts. I haven't received them yet. I
wore my Back to the Egg shirt to the concert.
I know you did. I actually have to go to the FedEx and see why they're still in Tennessee, I think. Duke says the reissue, the 60th anniversary of the Beatles oldies, mono and stereo, out January 28th. Is that something you would be interested in Aaron?
Is that a boot, or is that a brand new? Is that from EMI or Universal?
It says 60th anniversary, so we'll have to look it up.
Do you know? Okay, so I've got the Japanese version. You know that the back cover is backwards, right? And the only place I put it out the right, like the Japanese cover is a different direction than the British cover.
I did not know that.
Yeah, check out the two different back covers of the Japanese and the British and European one, and it's flipped. It's kind of flipped.
No kidding.
Yeah. Again, it's that. See, Tony? Do you see what I collect?
Sickermania says, great meeting up with Aaron in New Jersey for the Rubber Soul.
Yeah, that was awesome, wasn't it? I really enjoyed seeing you. I was glad to meet you in person. That was great.
Yep. Yes, Gabby, I'm still waiting for them. Haven't received them yet.
I got mine. My posters too.
Oh, did you get all the posters?
I told you I'm going to try. I'm trying. I'm a one-man campaign to Mr. McCartney to say, please, Paul, on behalf of us all, put those box sets down.
Oh, your poor kids. Your poor kids.
No, they're happy. They're just factoring in how much they're going to sell my collection. No, they're buying them.
Yeah. That's funny. Duke says it's on CD Japan pre-order.
Okay.
So there you go.
Thanks, Duke.
There you go.
Thank you.
Boy says I have I have two new Back to the Egg tees. December 14th is the 40th anniversary of my first Paul gig with Wings in Newcastle. Very cool.
That is awesome. That is so cool.
Tony says, did I get the slip mat? No, I did not. I'm not the biggest fan of the slip mats for you know.
I got it, Tony.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it, my friend.
It's there.
Anyways,
it's like you go into a store, and now it's just you sit on your laptop, you're half asleep. Oh, I don't have that.
Have you started reading the Wings book yet?
I have. I'm 100 pages into it, and I love it.
Same here. Yeah,
I love it. I think it's fantastic, and I can't put. Actually, it's one of those books that and I know people say this all the time. I can't put it down. I start reading it. It's like leave me alone for an hour because I.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, it really is well written and it's well put together, and I love when I learn stuff I didn't know.
Right. Yeah, well, I mean, I love all the quotes in there. I mean, I do feel like it's the McCartney legacy. I think stamp is all over it because our friend Aaron Sinclair is he was part of the team or the research team
As it
that
should
put it
be.
together. Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely, and I think it's great. I think it's great. And we will, Andy and I will be doing a show on this, as soon as we get it done, as soon as we're done.
I love. I'm actually. I was pleasantly surprised, and I literally can't put it down. I love it.
Yeah, very cool, very cool. What the hell's? I am in dire need of a haircut, so
Well, I've got
don't mind my yeah, don't mind my due at the moment here. So we're gonna start kind of slowly wrapping up here soon, guys. So get your final comments in here. Wow, it's been months. Maybe the store can send you. I should email somebody. I
I
should
agree,
send
Bobby.
somebody. Yeah. Anthology collection record set is getting
Nice.
getting for Christmas. Very cool.
Merry Christmas.
Laura, hello. Hi, guys. Have you heard Julian's duet with Chrissy Hine? I thought it was nice. I have not.
Love it. I love it. I actually love the new Pretenders album. The duets or Chrissy Hind album. Sorry, Chrissy Hind and Pals. I really like, and I also have the new Julian Lennon EP because which I have listened to several times. I quite like it, but I do like that duet with Chrissy.
Cool. Very
I
cool.
like Julian. I like Julian a lot.
Hey, would you rank his discography?
No. No. I thought the most recent album was probably my favorite though, called Jude. I love that. It's a good album.
Yeah, it's I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna keep working on this, getting you to rank something here eventually.
The song something I could rank the versions by George Solo versus the. No, just kidding.
What's up, guys? Say his music isn't selling well, especially in this economy. People are being picky these days. Yeah, but they're still releasing things. I mean, the stuff are still getting released. And, Dylan archives are still getting released. I think maybe they're companies are releasing less. Maybe like instead of 20, 30,000, maybe artists are releasing only like 10,000 of something. But yeah, I mean, I can see what you're saying here. I know. Plus, you look at streaming as well. A lot of people of all ages have now accepted streaming over buying physical media, which I think is a damn shame.
I have.
What's that?
I have to. I haven't accepted it. I do it, but
yeah,
I prefer to buy the physical. That's just me.
Yeah, I don't think today's music is any. I think there's a lot of good music out there today. I think I think that the radio is at fault for especially with new acts. I mean, new acts today aren't getting the opportunity that new acts did, say in the 70s and 80s. The record companies might not be behind those acts as much as they were of acts in the past. So there's a lot of factors into why I don't think it's just the economy. Okay.
Well, do you remember? I was going to say, do you remember? But of course you don't. Back in 1976, when I
was 3 years old. What do you want me to remember, man?
Listen, I was 3 years old. No, but there's always been something. But I agree with you, but this is why again I love being in Ireland and the UK because they seem to be encouraging younger acts. Maybe that's just me, but my daughter keeps bringing new bands on me, and I go, I went to see Sam Fender, and he's amazing. He should be huge. Maybe he is huge. I don't know, but I really loved his show.
Yeah, very cool. Well, thank you, Duke. I'm glad to still have some. Let's see here. Yeah. Boy says Paul Saley got to see the new Wings documentary at a film festival, so I'm hoping we might get it in the cinema before Amazon Prime. Yeah, we'll see.
I hope
Yeah,
so.
we'll see. Yeah. Well, maybe some of us will get the opportunity to see it prior, which would be nice. Just listen to Chrissy Hines' debut album duet album with Julian's song with her was good.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is good. I agree.
Yeah. Let's see here. Tony says, "Rack My Brain" is top 10 Ringo Starr. Well, it was his last top 40.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Great chat, Tom and Aaron. Well, thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you
very
very
much. I really appreciate it. Yeah. Show us your Bad Bunny records.
I'll do that. I promise.
Let's see. The album, the Beatles' Blue album, is still doing well here in the UK. The UK charts are dominated by comps, which never used to be the case.
It hasn't left the charts, James, if I'm not mistaken. Every time I look at the British official chart website, it seems to be on every week. Sometimes the red one pops up there too, which is nice to see. But I don't think the blue one's left in the last little while.
Gotcha. Okay, Mike says rank the fireman albums by the fireman. Come on, you can at least do this one, huh? Come on.
You know what? Okay, do you want me to rank the fireman? Most recent, second album, first album. There you go.
There you go. That's exactly how I would do it as well.
There you go, folks. I just did my first ranking, and I feel like I need to confess or something.
And he feels awful about it. Look at this guy. I'm so sorry I put this through. I'm so sorry I put you through this.
That's okay. Just this once. Just because you're a good friend.
Okay. Thank you for that. The blue has staying power, that's for sure. Listen, I think I am a later period Beatles guy. I love the earlier period, but if I'm going to listen to the Beatles, it's going to be the later period for the most part.
Well, I tend to gravitate towards Jimmy Nicol and the Shub Dubs. Yes, I've got all their singles. Jimmy Nicol and the Shub Dubs, folks.
You all thought you were collectors. You haven't met Aaron Badgley yet.
Yeah, well, there you go.
There you go. There you go. Well, I got to tell you, I'm super happy to be back doing the midweek Macca break.
I am too. This has been great.
Very happy that my friend Aaron Badgley was able to pop on and do this and catch up with Aaron. Like I said, I've really missed being here with you all. I missed seeing all of your comments and questions.
Me too.
You guys always give great questions and comments. And I'm definitely going to do my best to be back next week for the show. I think I don't know about well, we're going to get to that. I should be back next week for a midweek Macca break, and who knows, maybe Aaron will pop on again if
I'm invited. I'm always here. I'm like that. I'm not guest, You put a buffet.
No, you can crash the party. You put a buffet up.
I love talking Beatles no matter what. Like it's just who I am. I love it. So yeah, anytime, man.
Yeah, you got it. And the book, one more time, from Aaron, Ringo Starr solo career. Got to pay your dues. I mean, this is basically Ringo Starr's career in the 70s, whether it's music or film or anything else involving Ringo Starr. Give it a read, folks, or at least buy it. Just keep it on the shelf. You don't even have to read it. Just buy it.
Just buy it and use it for kindling. That's fine.
Let it collect dust with the George Harrison Dark Horse book, and you'll be good to go.
please. I'm with you. I'm totally with you. There you go. And look, there's pictures.
Oh,
Lots of pictures. So
oh, we got pictures. I guess as James says, you two are the Statler and Waldorf of the Beatle fans. So thank you. Thank you for that.
I will take that as a compliment.
Do I look that old?
I do. I do.
You don't.
Oh, I do.
You don't. Let's see. Gabby says, very happy we got to see you two do a live stream together. Yes, it's
I love it.
2 months in the making, if you will. But then again, listen, I had a fantastic last 2 months. The memories and just the experiences that I have been able to have with friends such as Aaron and the Liveranis and Joan and Gabby and her family. I'll never forget them. Real quick before we sign off, my uncle, when I went to Minneapolis for that show, my uncle lives there, so I was able to stay at his place. And I said, you know what? There's still tickets available. Why don't you get a ticket and come with me? And he goes, "Oh no, it's okay. I have my memories of Paul." I'm like, "What does that mean? What does that mean? I mean, what, you can't make a new memory? Just because he doesn't sound like Paul from 1976, what that doesn't mean you can't. So I kind of got a little irritated with him by that comment, but because like I said, I've got so many new great memories from the last 2 months that I'll always cherish, and there you go. On that note, Aaron, thank you, my friend.
Thank you for having me on. Tom, this is a highlight of my week, and it really is. And I love chatting with everyone. Their comments always make me smile, and I appreciate all the kindness. And thank you for having me on. Thanks, everybody.
No problem. All right, take care, everybody. Hopefully, I will see you all next week. Take care.